Hi everyone, have you ever taken a studio shot and thought, what's wrong? Why it is so inconsistent? You use the same camera, same strobe and flash, and same lens, but what's going on? I'm telling you that the problem is your camera setting. In this video, I'm going to show you what camera settings I use when I shoot in studio to get a clean, consistent, and professional result every single time. So let's dive into it. Why camera settings matter? Because when you're shooting with flash on a strobe, your exposure is not controlled by the ambient light, but it is controlled by your flash power. That simply means that your camera becomes more of a precision tool than an auto device. So we log things down and leave nothing to guessing and surprise. So the first thing that you have to do when you are shooting in studio is just forget about auto mode. Set your camera to manual mode. And this rule applies to all kinds of cameras. No matter what camera you shoot, you're shooting a DSLR camera or you're shooting a mirrorless, just set it to manual mode. Why? Because when you're using auto mode, the camera tries to compensate for the darkness before the flash fires. That leads to inconsistency in exposure and also totally defeats the purpose of controlled lighting. So manual mode equals total control. When you're using flashes and strobes in studio, shutter speed does not control your exposure. The exposure is controlled by your aperture, and shutter speed only controls the ambient light. When you shoot in manual mode and also at the sync speed, this provides that you eliminate room light, get pure strobe exposure, and consistency shot to shot. So if you want to get rid of the ambient light, just go with the sync speed. And if you want to mix ambient light with flash and strobe light, you can lower the shutter speed. Now let's get to aperture. Aperture is your only main control for exposure. With narrow apertures like f11, 16, 22, 32, less light is gonna get to the camera and hit the sensor. So you're gonna have a darker exposure. But wider apertures like 2.8, 4, 5.6, more light gets to the sensor and you get a lighter kind of exposure. When in studio, whether I'm shooting a portrait session or I'm shooting product photography, I stay with f8 and f11 because when you go narrower than f11, you go to f16, 22 or 32, you have to deal with diffraction. And diffraction causes an overall softness of your image. If you want to know more about diffraction, especially in macro photography and product photography, even in landscape, watch this video of mine. When it comes to choosing a right ISO, stay with the base ISO. Some cameras have a base ISO of 50, some have 100. Stay with the base and don't go higher than the base ISO unless it is totally necessary. Instead of going higher with ISO, just adjust your exposure by changing the flash power, the flash output. When shooting strobes and flashes, just set your white balance of the camera to 55 or 5600 Kelvin, which is the color temperature of sunlight. And if your image still needs some kind of a correction of the white balance, you can simply do it in the software in post. One of the most important settings when it comes to studio work is focusing. Do not use autofocus. Instead, use AF single, and if your camera offers any focus assist like zoom or focus picking, use them to make sure that your image is properly focused. And keep it in mind that consistency is everything, especially if you want to extend your depth of field and use focus stacking. Consistency is everything. If you want to know more about focus stacking and how to light your macros and product photography, watch this video of mine. And finally, don't forget to turn off these settings in your camera. Turn off auto ISO, turn off the lighting, the noise reduction, and also auto white balance. These features are great outdoor, but when you're working in studio, it's better to turn them off. These were all the camera settings you need for a studio shoot. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you a tip. If your camera allows, do tethering. Tethering means that you connect your camera to your computer and see the photos you take in real time, and the large monitor or the large screen of your laptop or your computer is going to give you a better view of what's going on in your scene. It helps you to make better corrections, better adjustments, and you can control the composition and the focus much better when you're tethering your camera. One of my next videos is going to be on tethering, and I'm going to show you how to connect your camera to your computer or laptop or your tablet. Now let's take a couple of shots. I'm using strobe over here with a small softbox, and also using my Z6 III with the 2470 f4. By locking these settings, your studio work is going to be more professional and also more consistent. Now I would like to hear from you and let me know what is your biggest challenge when you're working with flash and strobes in studio. Just drop it in the comments and let's talk. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, just go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I post a new video every week on Monday or Tuesday, and by subscribing you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. If you have any question, just drop it in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And as always, take good care of yourself, keep shooting, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.